How to fix email deliverability changes for Gmail and Yahoo in your autoresponder by setting up SPF, DKIM and DMARC settings. This is another workshop video for Mat1 Marketing and Affiliate Training members. In this video, we're going to look at how to set up SPF, DKIM and DMARC settings in your email autoresponder. Now, if you Google what is DKIM, SPF and DMARC, you'll get the basic answer that it's email authentication technologies. The basic principle here is that by setting these up for the emails that you use on your autoresponder, more of your emails will get through to someone's inbox, less will go to the spam box or the junk email folder. So for deliverability and actually getting your email in front of your subscriber, it's very important that you get these set up. Okay, so I'm going to show you how to do this both in GetResponse and in Aweber. We're going to start with GetResponse. The first thing you need to do is get onto this email addresses page, which you can find under the My Account icon up here in the right hand corner. So click on that. That'll bring you to the page with this menu on it. Then click on email addresses, which brings you to this page. Then we're going to click on add email to add a new email to be used. I'm going to pop the email address in here and I'm going to call this my PLR. Basically, I'm going to create a new list and I'm going to use this new email address for it. So let's click on add address. Now it says the email address has been added, but it's actually sending us an email with a confirmation link in it that we need to click to confirm that we actually own this email and that it is actually our email address. So the first thing we need to do is click on Got It, then go to our email box, find that email, click on the link to confirm the email, and then come back to here. That email will look something like this, and all you need to do is click on the confirm link here. It will take you back through to your login, log in to GetResponse and confirm it. Then you'll be back on the emails page. You'll need to refresh it, and then you can scroll down to find the new email that you've added, which in this case is PLR Tutorials, and you'll see it says Authenticate. I have confirmed that we have access to this email, so it is our email, but GetResponse now wants us to confirm that we own the domain that it's coming from to prove that this is our email address. So the next step is to click on the Authenticate link here, and this will give us some information. Basically, I need to click on copy and take a copy of that long code there. And I also want to grab this part here, which is the text record. So I'm just copying that into a separate text file that I've got to the side of the video. So I've got this part here and I've got the key itself there. Now what I'm going to do now is head across to my hosting for this particular domain so I can pop this information into the DNS record for it. Now this bit is going to look complicated, but it is really down to just copying and pasting those two bits of information into the right place. Okay, so here I am logged into my control panel for this domain, for the hosting for this domain, and this looks a lot like cPanel. It's not actually cPanel, but it's fairly similar. You should probably have something that looks a lot like this, and somewhere in here there'll be an option for Manage DNS. So you're looking for an option that says Manage DNS. I'm going to click on this and open up the new page. Okay, so here I am on the Manage DNS for this particular domain. Now, if you remember, we copied two bits of information. One is this domain key for the domain, and the second one is this long bit of information. What I need first is the domain key. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, and right down here at the bottom, I'm going to add that in this field here, and I'm going to change this to text because we need a text field. And then this other field here is where I'm going to put in that long key. So I'm going to come back, copy that long key, paste that into there, and then I'm going to say update DNS, and once that's done we now have a new DNS record which is for that confirmation for GetResponse. Now I can pop back to GetResponse and confirm it in GetResponse itself. Okay, so here I am back in GetResponse. I'm going to click on Got It to get rid of this window, and we're going to scroll down, and in fact you'll notice it's already saying authenticated. It goes through that quickly, or it should go through that quickly, so that now is authenticated with GetResponse as a real email address that I own and that I can use, and it will get better deliverability through my autoresponder. Okay, didn't need to do anything else. It's automatically picked up. This is now authenticated and confirmed. Okay, so that's our authentication set up in GetResponse. Now let's move on and look at doing it in Aweber. Okay, so here we are in my Aweber account, and what we need to do is get to the domain and addresses page. You can find that by clicking on the link down here at the bottom, going to My Account, which is this page. You'll start off on the account part, so then click on domains and addresses and it'll bring up this page for you. Next, I'm going to pop my new email address that I'm going to use into this field here and click on Send Verification, which again is going to send me an email which again is going to send me an email that I then need to click on a link to confirm that I own that email address. So again, simply pop over to your email system, find the email from Aweber, click on the verify email address button, and you should end up with a message that says your email is now verified. Then simply head back to your emails page in Aweber and click refresh, and you should now see a green ticked mark saying this email address has been verified. So the next thing we need to do is set up the DKIM and SPF settings in Aweber. So let's click on Setup Instructions. This is the page that then pops up, and you'll notice there is more details that we need to go through here. It's basically the same procedure, but we've got 4 items to set up instead of just 1. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab the key at the top here, which is Aweber Key A Domain PLR Tutorials, and I'm going to copy that across to a separate text pad so I've got a record of that. I'm going to just pause the video while I do the same for the other 2. Actually, rather than highlighting it here, it's probably easier to click on the click to copy icon here, click it, pop that up here. So we've got the second one, and let's do the third one as well. And then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to grab the key or the value that goes with each of these and pop them just underneath. I'm going to pause the video while I do the other. Now those we're going to set up as CNAME settings rather than text. Again, I'll show you how to do that in just a second in our hosting. But the other one is the same SPF setting again that we need to do as a text file. So again, we're going to copy. That's basically just the domain name, and copy again. So this will be the value that we put in, and this time it's going to be a text setting. So we've got the information that we need. Now I'm going to pop back across to my domain and my hosting so I can add these new entries in on the DNS settings, the same as we did for get response. Okay, so here I am back in my hosting and back in the DNS settings, and all I need to do is add or copy across those 4 different settings into fields on here. So what I'm going to do first is add another record, add another record, add another record. So I've got the 4 spare records or empty records ready to use. If you see that green icon here, ignore that. That's my RoboForm add-on automatically allowing me to put passwords in. It's just picking a field where it shouldn't be. So don't expect to see something like that on your own system. Okay, so what I'm going to do is one by one copy these bits of information into the different fields here, all 4 of them, and I'll pause the video while I do it and then I'll show you what I've done. Okay, so I've updated the fields with the relevant information. You'll see that the first 3 are all CNAME and the last one is text. You can find those settings simply from the drop down list. So simply click on the icon and then choose text or CNAME, whichever it needs to be for each individual field. And you can see all of them have been filled in. All I now need to do is click on the option for update DNS, and that will refresh the DNS settings for this domain. And once it's updated, you can see those are here. This is the text record at the bottom and the CNAMEs are all here. Okay, that's the settings done. Let's pop back to Aweber. Okay, so we're back in Aweber, and what we need to do is click on the refresh icon here, and that should show that all those are now installed and give us green ticked items against them all. So that's basically our CNAME, DKIM and SPF settings for Aweber all done. Now again, it may look slightly complicated. It's really not that difficult. All you're doing is copying and pasting these different settings into your domain DNS settings on your hosting, and the easiest way is to have a little text pad, copy them into here and then copy them straight across. It's one of those things that is a little fiddly, but you only ever need to do it once for each domain or each email that you set up to use, and you probably won't set up more than 1 or 2 emails on your autoresponder. But it is really, really important to do because it will get you a far higher level of deliverability with your emails. More of your emails will get into the inbox, so your subscribers will actually see them and read them, which is very, very important. So it is slightly fiddly, but well worth taking the time to do. Okay, that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, please do feel free to get in touch with your comments and feedback. Thanks very much for watching.